Welcome everyone. I'm in the middle of the children's section here and it's nice and bright and cheery like spring. We're going to feed your passion this Thursday, May the 6th. This fabric is from Me and My Sister. They use their everyday colors over and over again. And so we've got a combination of different groups, the newest being Fiddle Dee Dee. We've got layer cakes, jelly rolls, fat quarter bundles, fat quarters, and yardage. Hi, I'm Lori from Lori's Country Cottage, and I'm going to share with you a little bit about Me and My Sister. Me and My Sister is a fabric company that is comprised of Mary Jacobson and Barbara Groves. They had a quilt shop for many years. They sold it and they started to design fabric for Moda. For 10 years they've been designing fabric for Moda, much in the same color as they call their everyday colors. We have a kit up top here that Velma made that is called Good Neighbor, the quilt, and it is made with half squares and with flying geese, and we have kits for it. The quilt is called Good Neighbor, and we called it Good Neighbor's Fiddle Dee Dee. Surprise for the Fiddle Dee Dee fabric. In the kit there is enough fabric. Velma has made this quilt and used most of the rest of the blocks for the Northcott quilt. So there you go, something else to use it for. Now, Me and My Sister have a double Dresden ruler, which is a little hard to see here. Possibly you can see it better like this. And it makes up Dresdens, which I actually am going to put on a placemat. Rather than making up a quilt, I'm going to applique each of these onto a placemat. Most often it's done with white fabric for the background. And I laid this on my desk at home, my sewing desk that was navy, and it looked so pretty with the bright colors. I thought, I think this is what I should do. So I'll show you quickly how you go about using this ruler. In the instructions from the ruler, it has a whole chart here that is of all the different sizes of strips that you can use and what size block it will make. You need 10 different wedges. You need 10 pieces to make your Dresden. So you can use any size. In this particular pattern, she has used 2 large ones, 4 medium, and 4 small. This pattern are all the same size, and they are larger than these little ones, but very similar. Similar kind of a thing. In the pattern or in the instructions, you can use whatever size strip it is that you want, and it tells you what size squares it'll make, and you just combine them. The technique to put them together is all the same. So once you choose your pieces and you cut them all out, you use the ruler. It tells you what sizes, or if you want to use up scraps, you can choose the size and use the instructions on the ruler with the ruler to cut your strips. Whatever size strip it is that you need, you put the straight short edge on the edge, and the other edge, this is for a 4-inch strip, and so you just cut it so it all fits on. Once you have that cut, you can flip it and you cut on the other side. So there's only a little bit of waste at the very beginning. Once you have that done, they suggest that you finger press the edge of your piece, fold it in half and finger press it. Match your corners, finger press it, and then you sew at a 1/4 inch here and a 1/4 inch here. Then you do that with all of them. And actually what I did here was one whole section. I just kept chain sewing them so it went nice and quick. Then you want to turn them to be like this. So you can use whatever kind of a turner you have, or you know where you can get a turner. So you want to pop it out. And now I pressed this with the iron so that you can see, I hope you can see that little line there. That is where the center is. So you want to press these to one side, and then you can use a purple thang to point out. Or if you have a point turner, the wooden point turner, or another point turner. Whatever kind of point turner you have, you just don't want something too pointed so you don't poke a hole through your fabric. So once you have that pressed, you want to press the edges, and you use that folded line that you have finger pressed in as your line to match up with the center. Then you would press. Now, who hasn't burnt their fingers when they try to press something like this? So we just happen to have these little thermal thimbles. Put these on and use that on your hand that doesn't hold the iron, and you will not burn your fingers. A lifesaver. Once you have your pieces turned and pressed, you sew them together. These two are the same. So I matched the points so that they matched right on, and then I sewed at my 1/4 inch. You press the seams open. On the ones that are larger, you start again, you match your point, you stitch along 1/4 inch, and you stop when you get to the end of the short one. Again, you press that seam open. Then you start to combine them, and you can see I've got all my seams pressed open, and the extension part on this one where I showed you where you only sewed part way up, when you press it, you continue that press to the top. When you have your pieces all put together, this is what you've got. It's all pressed nicely on the back. Seams are all pressed open. And the extension parts are pressed down nicely. And then you can put it on your quilt, or like what I'm doing, onto a placemat. Oops. And then you do whatever kind of a stitch. I'm going to just use a straight stitch. Stitch around the outside edges. There's nothing to match in the middle here. You got a nice secondary design. And there is my demo. So there's the two different patterns, the ruler, the double wide Dresden ruler, point turners, and the delicious fabric from me and my sister. One thing I forgot to tell you is that the Dresdens can be made with the ruler, but the pattern also comes with printed templates. So if you don't want to get a ruler for one project, then you can use the templates instead. This is an adorable little dress, Poppy's Easy dress, that is made out of the same fabric. Now we made this up years ago, and the pattern just keeps selling and selling. Let me just show you the inside to show you how easy it is, and maybe inspire you to whip one of these up for your darling little girl. The pattern comes in sizes from 2 to 8, and this is the inside. Strips for the bottom, and a very simple bodice that is the same on the front and the back, with the opening at the back with a button. So simple. Whoever said garment sewing was hard? Some little dolly would just love to wear this. All you grandmas out there, maybe moms. We're all at home. Let's get some sewing done. I hope you enjoyed our Feed Your Passion, and maybe you got some inspiration. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.